get me on Sunday has been moving. Just about done. Man. Anyways. Well, today on the agenda here. So here's an interesting article I was reading earlier today when I had some free time. Uh, Two U.S. Navy pilots ejected safely after their fighter jet was shot down over the Red Sea on Saturday. So, and here's the kicker here. It was apparently friendly fire. U.S. Central Command said in a statement, the pilots were recovered, and one of the two crew members sustained minor injuries, according to initial assessments. Boy, man, I'm curious as to who shot them down. I mean, this is like that's ridiculous. I mean, that's just insane. So why are we shooting anywhere near where our own jets are taking off? That's insane. The pilot and the co-pilot or whatnot in this jet, as well as I do, man, they want to go back to the base or go wherever the dude's stationed at or deployed to that decided to push a button and have them shot down over the Red Sea. I'm pretty sure they're going to be needing to go see their dentist pretty soon. Hey, Antonino, thanks for dropping in, man. I mean, you shoot down your own aircraft over the Red Sea. That is, man, what is going on in this world? I mean, I know we're all drone crazy and seeing weird lights and shit, man, but it's pretty easy to spot a U.S. Navy fighter jet flying over the Red Sea and shoot your own plane down. I mean, I'm just glad the pilots, they were able to get out, hit eject, and get out and get recovered. But man, that dude's gonna get fucked up later on. That's for sure. I don't know. It's interesting on that one. Other than that, it's really apparently friendly fire. Now, you see, things like this, these are things that make the military look bad. And, oh man. So I guess basically, the more the details I get into on it, hold on, let me look at my notes here. Oh, come on, move. All right, so the Navy ship was mistakenly shot down, or the Navy's ship, excuse me. So the Navy shoots down their own. Okay. U.S. Navy ship mistakenly shot down an American fighter jet over the Red Sea. The military said, highlighting the potential risks for international forces as they try to stop attacks on cargo ships by the Houthi militia in Yemen. And for those of you that don't know where Yemen is, it's right there in Saudi Arabia, down there on the boot. It's got quite a high list of terrorist activity going on constantly. A lot of Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and whatnot. But I mean, like, okay, the Navy's got all the ships out in the ocean. Navy's got, no offense, guys, but the Navy's got the best Air Force. I mean, Navy's got the best everything, best infantry. They got the Marines, best Air Force. I mean, you can't beat it. But man, I mean, like, how do you shoot down your own plane? And like the other thing is most of the time, I mean, they'd be radioing, identifying. I mean, there's a lot of communications and things like that go on that they're very aware of who's flying over the area and whatnot. And the fact that we would hit one of our own, I mean, wow, that's not one of those I get a mulligan or I did a goof. Yeah, Antonino, that's a nasty area, man. Yemen and Oman, just really, really bad. It's Africa. You get on the eastern side over there, you get in between, and yeah. See, and that's what I thought, dude. I was like, there is no way, because Navy communications and everything like that, they know where every bird, every jet, every boat, every ship, every carrier, and even every single Marine infantry MEU or any of the other units where they're at all times. I mean, they're very good at communication. And so to me, I just have a hard time believing that. And, as far as evasive maneuvers and things like that go, Navy pilots, they've got millions and millions of dollars of training put into them. And you're telling me these guys weren't able to evade that? I just don't buy that one bit. I mean, stuff's just getting really weird lately. I mean, it's been kind of crazy, with the floaty balls, and then I got excited because with the floaty balls everywhere and people all freaking out about seeing orbs and seeing drones and all that stuff, You've got Ancient Aliens dropping some new stuff over on like Netflix or whatever, and I'm like, huh, that's kind of coincidental. Interesting. You know, it's like me and my wife talk about this all the time. The algorithm, it's like all of our devices spy on us constantly, even when we're not on them. Like, I could have a conversation with my wife about going to the dentist, not looking up anything on my phone, nothing whatsoever, and boom, algorithm, stuff like that popping up. I don't know, it's kind of freaky. Something with the alien thing. That's the only thing I can think of, man. I mean, like, my wife, you know, she brought up some pretty good points. Like when we were trying to figure out Space Force for starters, like why would we ever need a Space Force, and wasn't NASA already the Space Force? Well, UFO things started coming out and they actually confirmed it somewhat. With what's going on now, I think, you know, the government tries to play it cool and it's like our own or something like that. Perhaps it is, but at the same time, it's like they're trying to distract us from something else. I just feel like constantly, and it's like you just have to continuously question it. Um, you know, and of course, with the internet and high speed communication systems, you know, we're all able to contact each other, look up information, and things like that. But then again, I mean, how much information do you actually have that's honest? I mean, you know, one thing for certain is our government's very good at providing disinformation to weed out the BS from people, and you know, actual facts. Like they'll say, um, like give word for instance, like there's a $10,000 bounty on some bad guy, right? And the Green Berets are deployed somewhere, and they're speaking to all these people about this guy, and they'll tell everybody about this guy who, you know, like some features that don't match up. So somebody comes back with those answers, you know, they're lying to you and not giving you anything. But yeah, and you know, and Antonino, that's you know, it is logical. It's just crazy. Like, you know, with satellites and all this junk flying around constantly and weird things going on. I mean, you know, Elon Musk, man, I'm a little bit skeptic on that dude being in the Trump administration. That kind of makes me nervous. But I mean, he's an odd cat. He's got a lot of money, but you know, he's not going to spend his money. SpaceX and whatnot. I mean, I don't know. There's going to be some weird shit going on the next couple of years. I have a feeling, and it's going to be really abnormal compared to what we're all like used to. What I find strange though is like this younger generation are so out of touch with reality and with stuff that's going on, and like, um, you know, it's like they don't even care almost. It's insane to me. I mean, when I had people from this most current generation telling me that 9/11 was 23 years ago, move on and get over it. It's like, try getting over it, man. You know, when you're alive during that time, everybody I know could tell me exactly where they were at when they found out that bad news. And then I'm just thinking in my head, you know, we watch Sean Ryan's show, and I had mentioned this earlier that CIA targeter, she had mentioned that there's going to be another big attack in the United States sometime soon, and that's what brought me across, you know, with this seeing the headline clickbait of United States Navy fighter jets shot down over the Red Sea or something like that. And I'm like, oh shit, here it goes. I'm thinking, all right, we're going to go back to the desert again. But, you know, apparently that was unintentional friendly fire. And I hate how they call it friendly fire. I mean, yeah, it makes sense, but at the same time, dude, you know damn well one of your friends shoots at you with a gun, you're not going to be friends with that asshole afterwards. I mean, especially because like these pilots, man, they're lucky they didn't die. I mean, I don't know. It's just, man, between the woke crap and between this, and I got to find that Marine clip from Jameson Travels where you've got all the Marines. They're at, you know, School of Infantry. They're out there. They're doing just up to the line at the range, and they're supposed to drop the mag, grab a new mag, load it, and then it goes down the chain. And they do that you know, that repetition. This kid, two of these kids were trying to jam the mags in backwards, and I'm like, you got to be shitting me. Like, bullets face that way, guys. It won't even go in if you go that way. I mean, it just blows my mind, and they would put that out for the commercial. It's like, I don't know, man. I mean, you know, there's the big jokes about about the Marine Corps people eating crayons and shit. But like that, I mean, that's something different. Totally different. I remember a kid being worried about the Soviets. Yeah. Well, and you know, and that's another thing, Anthony. You know, I mean, my childhood, you see, I'm not that old. I was born in the 80s. So like USSR was still a thing, what, up until like 94, I think. But Berlin Wall and all that stuff, it was already toppling by the time I was old enough to be aware and know what's going on in other countries in the world. Um, I mean, yeah, it's crazy to think that. You know, I remember my folks telling me about like the bomb. Yeah, what weirdos eat crayons, dude? Weirdos, fucking weirdos. You got a problem, man. But there. Oh, speaking of that, there's actually a lady, a Marine. She after she retired, she started this like pastry company or something, and she makes edible crayons. Kid you not. I don't think I'd ever spend $20 on that. That's just I can't justify that because I'm a cheap ass. But yeah, those are some good times, man. That was a long time ago. 2 years ago, I think it was, wasn't it? On Gunsmokes to raise money for Wounded Warrior, or was it FBS? I can't remember. Anyway, that's irrelevant. But like, you know, it's like the Cold War stuff though. The oh, if they're gonna bomb us, you guys need to get under your desk drill. Like that's gonna do anything if the Russians decide to nuke a place. Um, you know, that's kind of pointless. I guess that's like let's die calm, thinking we're not going to die or something along that line, perhaps. But you're just supposed to be in bed. Yeah, you can say hi real quick.
Hi, I haven't been on YouTube in a while.
All right, go get in bed. Good night.
Right.
But those bomb drills and you know things like that. Oh, grew up. Yeah, see, and you probably dealt with that stuff too. I mean, like, what was it? You went through Vietnam and all that, Antonino, or were you more just born early 70s and up through the 80s? I mean, I'm curious on that one. And then I actually have a question. Uh, Maybe you'd be able to answer it. With the when Carter was in, you know, when the Iranians took that embassy hostage or whatnot, and they held him for what was it, 444 days, if I recall. Was it true that the day after Ronald Reagan took office? Oh, you're 60. Oh, okay, you're my parents' age then, or my mom's age. Gotcha. Um, but is it true that when once Reagan, you know, he was sworn in and everything like that, like the day after or 2 days after or something like that, they let the hostages go? Because I got into a huge debate with my daughter's grandpa over that one. I was like, dude, there's no way they would have just dropped it just because he got voted in. I don't know. I'm curious because I know there was a few blunders of them trying to get those people out, but I don't know. That's an interesting one. But you know, Reagan was pretty stern against the Soviets for the most part. It seemed like it. I mean, he wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. But yeah, man, that's nuts. See, my time growing up in the '90s, it's like either it's the read my lips, you remember that, or you remember Bill Clinton. I didn't have relations with that woman. You know, those are kind of the big things that stuck out. The Mogadishu problem when that Black Hawk was downed. I was pretty young still when that happened, so I didn't really know a whole lot. I knew uh, Desert Storm in the Gulf. You know that was going on, and Scud missiles and all that junk. But Kuwait. But that's as far as childhood goes, man. Mine was uh, '98. So probably when was the USS Cole bombed? 2000. Probably about that far up is when I was more aware of what was going around in the world rather than just being a kid. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's what I was arguing with him about. I was like, no, he was politicking pretty hard. He was gonna go over and smash him, and it was something like that. Okay, that's what I thought. I'll have to call him. I'm gonna call him up like later tonight at like midnight. Just, hey Jack, guess what? They got released right after. Oh, so they did. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, I'll be damned, man. It's crazy. Well, anyways, thanks for dropping in. I don't have a whole lot of content, guys. I've been moving all day, so I got some editing and catching up to do on stuff. But you guys enjoy your Sundays. Thanks again, Anthony. I always appreciate you coming and dropping by and on my huge channel with just so many people that read it. But you have a Merry Christmas, sir. Thank you.